Netflix has teamed up with Microsoft to help it build a new subscription option funded by advertising. The announcement comes as the world's largest streaming platform scrambles to reverse a decline in its paying audience. Microsoft will be its global technology and sales partner and will provide ads through the platform. It will be launched by the end of the year, and the adverts will only be visible to customers signing up for the new service. Australia's unemployment rate has fallen to its lowest level since August 1974 at 3.5%. According to the Australian Bureau of Statistics, employment increased by 88,400 people last month, leading to some suggestions that even larger increases in interest rates are on the cards for the Reserve Bank of Australia. Inflation data due at the end of this month is expected to reach 6.3%, the highest in 22 years. Ongoing clashes between protesters and security forces threaten to pull Sri Lanka deeper into a political abyss. Demonstrations against the economic crisis have simmered for months and came to a head last week, which led to the powerful Rajapaksa family fleeing to the Maldives. Earlier, I spoke to Professor Ashok Swain, head of Department of Peace and Conflict Research at Uppsala University in Sweden.
I don't think the demonstrators do have anything in mind specific what except to get out of this huge crisis. And they really find, I mean, they had been supporting this Rajapaksa families, the president, prime minister for almost 2 decades. Now they put they thought that this family or the family itself is responsible for this. They wanted them to out, and they have been out. But the question is, it's also now the problem is that no one knows what will happen. Of course, it is a all-party government will take place in somehow or other. There will be a new president elections. Of course, today the parliament again was supposed to convene, but that hasn't. It will take some time. What the protesters want, what they do not want doesn't matter, but I think it will be a long-term process of recovering from this crisis. And the Sri Lankan people, once they realize that they have no one to blame, but to blame themselves for their electing these people for so long, so I think that will be, it will take some time. It's no one has any magic wand to solve this crisis. No political leader is also being seen as to replace the Rajapaksa-like kind of characters. So I think it will be much more a gradual, bureaucratic approach, a professional approach to address this crisis. So IMF will send, IMF is prepared to support, but they are looking for certain kind of political stability. But once the IMF provides the money, that will come with the kind of, certain things with the IMF instructions. And that will also limit any politician's approach of how to really address this crisis. So as far as I can see, this will be a much more professional, long-term approach to get out of the crisis. But the people will have to suffer at least a couple of years more to come back to certain kind of normalcy.
Those are your main stories from London at close of business.